All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We are back again, Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. And I have the brother, the good brother, Kyla Genesis on with us today. We're going to be discussing how Black America, and I feel it's in the air, Kyla. It's in the air. Like at first I had no hope, but I'm really starting to believe just by reading a lot of, different groups on Facebook and what's going on and what I see on YouTube, that Black America is starting to abandon dusty Black entertainment and dusty liberal politics.
Right, they are.
It's happening, and this is how I know it's happening, Kyla. When you have Maxine Waters, right, who is stating, but she's probably lying, how she's going to, I guess, ask for reparations. Right. I know something is up.
Yeah, the whole thing is a lot of people. Like, let me give you another one. Al Sharpton yesterday had a round table on racism. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Remember I said a month ago that as long as there's racism, right, these Negroes will always eat and have a good job. Now I would be ashamed of myself if I made my career on the misery of black, just selling black people misery, false hope. We gotta get rid of racism. And then he says,
being a merchant of misery.
Misery merchant and stuff like that. That's how they make their money. These people are sick. You know what I'm saying? He gets up and says the wedding of the what's it, Mary Markle, whatever her name is. Mary Prince Harry.
It's supposed to end white supremacy. Oh my goodness.
He says white male supremacy is on his deathbed. Mm-hmm. And white male supremacy and everything. So in other words, basically, he still has his 1960s view that there's some alliance between black people, white feminists, and the only target we have is the white heterosexual male. He said white heterosexual male supremacy. Let's
that's what he said.
Here. Yeah. That's what he said.
Okay, but see, he had to do that because he doesn't want to offend the white LGBTQ community. That's who's paying. That's who's paying them for the most part.
Yeah, and the white feminists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely don't offend them. So yeah.
So therefore, he thinks that the white females are gonna say, you know something, I'm oppressed. Let me tell Al Sharpton something, right?
Go ahead.
White females, rallies, right? When they see somebody like Donald Trump, a billionaire, the quintessential American and everything, and they say, see how strong he is. He projects strength, power, you know what I'm saying? And everything. I don't care what you say. A lot of Negroes haven't figured that out. Women are attracted to the alpha male. They're attracted to patriarchy, and they're attracted to power. You know what I'm saying? So if you want women, black women, to respect you and everything, you better get some power. You know what I'm saying? And you better have your place where you project power and you like that. Now, Pan-Africanism and building Africa and the manifest destiny of us building Africa, which is long overdue, is our chance to achieve power on a global scale. The reason why people are opposed to that, right, is because it puts patriarchy, masculinity, and all these things, manhood, in the forefront of the movement. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right now, we're neutered. You know what I'm saying? We're neutered in the black community. All you see is all these housewives, Real Housewives of this, Real Housewives of this, Real Hip Hop, all centered around ratchet females. I just want people, Nikki, whatever her name is, does a sex tape, whatever she is, right? She was 40. It was 2 years ago. She was 48 years old. I'm thinking, damn. I remember my grandmother was 48. You know what I'm saying? She was taking me to Six Flags Great Adventure. Grandma, I mean, wait a minute. She's the same age as grandma when I was like 4, and blah blah blah. My Grammy. And you got women out here in their 40s, pushing 50, getting up there making sex tapes, doing all this kind of ratchet stuff, and doing all this kind of freaking nonsense. I gotta find love and whatnot. If you haven't found love by the time you're 30, fucking 5 with a female, you need to freaking just go and check yourself in the mental home, because you came across love your whole life, but you want to chase money. I don't know. I want to know what real love is and all stuff like that. It's like, I'm sorry, Mary J. Blige. You're never gonna find real love. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't found it by now, give up on it. You know what I'm saying? Look for something else to do. Take up knitting. Take up crocheting. You know what I'm saying? Take up cooking. You know what I'm saying? Go volunteer at the help center with children and everything like that. Bake some cookies. You know what I'm saying? the whole idea is you have women that are out of friggin' control. And the entertainment industry is just arming our community. I mean, there's no excuse for people in their 30s, 40s, or 50s to be out in the freaking club every freaking Friday and
Right.
Saturday night of the week, and we're not fighting and drinking and carousing and everything like that. Instead of being home, building and nurturing families and couples doing together. And you wonder why we're losing? Your boy Sub Zero is a
Yeah.
good friggin' guest.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but that brother was on fire the other night. You know what I'm saying? He said it. He said, look, the reason why you're not making it corporate America is corporate America looks for a couple things. Are you married? You got a family. You know what I'm saying? You're stable. You're going to be part of the community. You know what I'm saying? And I think you said it. You'll say, you ain't going to be able to go and say, yeah, well, I like to get my money and I'm going to go spend some money. So I'm going to make it rain on some hoes and I'm going to do all this stuff like that. And they're like, hey, you get out of here.
Right.
That's a perfect example. You see young white people, young Hispanic people, Chinese people, they're getting married and everything. Now, we have all kinds of problems in our community because our women and our culture, we black men are born into the stupid player culture and black women are born into the ratchet culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're basically pushing that because they do not want a strong black family in America. You know what I'm saying? That was the number one threat to them. We used to have families 15, 20 deep at one time. You know what I'm saying? In the old South. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They hated that. Then they told us, oh, you have 1.2 kids. And then now black women are not having kids at all. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is, how are you going to talk about a community building anything? And I said this many times. How are you going to talk about building a community where your culture is basically abandoning the idea of what a real community, what it is? A real community has families. The whole thing is about the children. Everything is about making life good for the children, making safe neighborhoods. Every day, look, Dinus, in Hampton Roads where I live at, every day someone's getting shot and killed. I
That's
put a
crazy.
picture of a 16-year-old boy in Chesapeake, his first job.
Killer Sambos. Killer Sambos is just
Yeah,
out of control.
first bring job, 16 years old. That's the same age as my nephew. God forbid if I ever lost my nephew. I'm saying 16 years old was
Is at the McDonald's, right?
oh, Chick-fil-A.
He worked for McDonald's, right?
No, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Okay, right.
Yeah. Gun down. And I'm saying our kids have no value for human life. You know what I'm saying? They're listening to the wrong role models, the wrong representation, and nobody's fighting against it. You know what I'm saying? And there's somebody fighting against it. You got the college Genesis fighting against it. Every time I go,
Kala, well, okay. So this young black, this teenager was murdered by another black man. And, of course you have many that will say, since the white man is Thanos,
it's the white man's fault.
It's the white man, white supremacies.
You have to do that because the whole thing is we become just like white people are. We become just like them. We talk about white people, but we become just like them. We make excuses. Like white people make excuses for the racists in their midst. They make excuses for slavery. They'll apologize for the slave master. We do the same thing with this, but the difference between them and us is we do it to our own detriment. Because everything focuses on us anyway. All the structure comes down on us anyway, right? So all we do is say, look, man, I don't want to get in front of these people right here who might vote me, have to vote for me and whatnot. And tell them, look, man, we have to put down the gun. Like, why? Because they're gonna turn on me. They're gonna say, well, what are you trying to say? We ain't good mothers and parents out here. We're not ready to. And then you tell them, no, you're not. You know what I'm saying? And then they turn on you because they killed a messenger. And then not only that, when you have let's say you have a big drug bust in the community, in Newport News, there's like 9 major gang members or blood members that are on trial in Newport News, right? Now I went to Newport News a couple of weeks ago to do a seminar. Beautiful community. I met the mayor up there, right? 2 days before his re-election, I met the mayor. Beautiful. I like I told you about the what's the sorority? What was the sorority? The Delta, no, not the Delta,
AKA.
Yeah. So one of them, you know what I'm saying? Real established, distinguished sisters and whatnot. I like when I'm in the presence of professional black people like that that know this stuff. They were telling me when you go, this, that, the other thing, this, that, the other thing. The way they talk to you, like you could tell they have years of professional work and whatnot. You'll say, when you're around, I know there's black people that can govern us, that can rule us, and that can make laws for us, that can take care of us because I see them. You know what I'm saying? When we're around those black sororities, the black fraternity brothers, you know what I'm saying? Those the men of the League of Extraordinary Men and those type of brothers like that. There's some brothers out there, man, that can do some real work. But the thing is, who's controlling Black America? The entertainment industry has empowered the very worst element in our community. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't even.
You need to repeat that again.
The entertainment industry has created a sanctuary and an empowerment for the very worst element in our community. It's done deliberately. You know what I'm saying? We have role models in our community, but they can't make any headway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the role models in our community don't carry guns. They don't threaten violence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it really comes down to it, fear and violence rules everything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now there's these drug dealers that were that busted or whatever, like they're facing charges, murder, whatever, like that. 9 of them pleaded not guilty, right? 9 pleaded not guilty. Now I'm terrified, and I know the community for the most part hate these people, right? But you're gonna have the media probably shape it as you'll get some sellout community activists up there. They're being persecuted.
Oh, they ain't do it. They ain't do it.
They ain't do nothing.
Free JJ.
Free Pookie and JJ. They ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't do nothing. Those are good boys or whatever. They got to get their money. Mm-hmm. Ignorant Black people. You'll say ignorant Black people are going to be the death of us. See, when you live in a situation where you don't have power, ultimate, you don't have dominion and power and everything. This is what happens. I hope that please don't echo don't come on. I'm on fire. Anyway, because we live in a white man's dominion, right? And the white man wants that area of Newport News anyway, right by the water, and then it's waterfront property and everything like that. Just get rid of the Negroes and everything once and for all, and everything like that. You got a 10-year projection to make all that area gentrified and everything like that. It is what it is, right? But the thing is, you don't have any sort of defense mechanism or any internal measure to govern yourself because why? We have never been a real declared community. You know what I'm saying? We're just an abstraction of a community where Black people live on. We're over here because we're Black and we have a certain income level, and white people don't want to live with us. So basically, we're not basically bonded like other groups of people like Jews and everything. They're together because they have religion together. They take communion together and they say, okay, we're people. Not only they have a common past that they agree on. You know what I'm saying? In other words, basically, how you gonna have be a people with somebody who don't agree with you? When you're on that one video you did when last week Saturday we got the divorce. Notice how Moore got up there and said you'll call it we're brothers. I said no, we're not brothers. As long as you're a Moore, we're not a brother. Right. How about that? I don't want to be a brother, right? Because the bottom line, how you gonna be a brother if you say like Lord Jamar that slavery never happened? To me, you're a traitor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're not a brother with me. Jews may have different interpretation of the Torah or whatever like that, but they all agree that they're Jews. You know what I'm saying? They all agree that the Holy Land is right there. They all agree that they're part of a Jewish diaspora. Chinese may have different beliefs, everything like that, but they all know who accept what they are.
Right.
The only group of people that don't accept what they are, and they got 100 different names and interpretations, is the so-called African American. No, I'm a Hebrew. I'm a Moor. I'm an Asiatic.
From Turtle.
Yeah, Turtle. I'm an Alukan.
Yeah. Atlantic and Abaculan because it's not African. Abaculan.
It's Abaculan. And one guy made a comic book about a superhero. Says this is about superhero such and such for Abaculan. Please support it. Everybody's like, man. He said, man, dude, don't just copy of the pamphlet and make your own continent up and then talk about come support it, whatever. But my point is this. There's the Black entertainment, and we see now with this Drake system. I don't know if you want to speak on the Drake situation, maybe answer it or not.
Yeah. But I did some up, but I've called. In fact, I regret not doing a video last year. But Drake is a. Let me ask you this, bro. How do you feel about this one drop rule? I know we're changing the subject a little bit, but how do you feel about the one drop rule?
I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the one drop rule did was create a class of Black people that were not Black, and they ruled over us. This is the reason why we're in the situation we're in right now, called the Boule. Right. You know what I'm saying? The whole one drop rule was to protect the so-called purity of the white race. Now, it's not purity of spirit. It's not purity of thought or intellect. It's not purity of religion. It's just the purity of the white gene pool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So therefore, they created this group of people that were white-like, you know what I'm saying, in every mannerism. They waved the American flag, they just ate thing, and they were going to be the role models for the masses of ex-African slaves and everything. And that's why we're going through what we're going through right now. You know what I'm saying? You have a class of black, and I'm saying, look, I'm gonna say this right now, and I got a lot of light-skinned brothers and sisters that are dynamic, man. They turn Pan African years and everything, but they have to be the ones that call this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? They've been put in positions in slavery to rule over black people, be the buffer class of people, to rule over black people, to set the beauty standards, everything. There used to be a time where if you were darker than a brown paper bag, you couldn't get into certain institutions. You know what I'm saying? That was nationwide. In DC and everything it was light skin supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So how are you going to say, in all fairness, you build a community where you have all these contradictions and everything? You know what I'm saying? You had to straighten your hair. You know what I'm saying? You had to have a straightened hair. You had to look white and everything. Look at the old movies of black people. The Standard Beauty was Lena Horne. You know what I'm saying? You had to look Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? Africanism and everything like that. So let's not pretend that we were always African Americans. We'll just be the person. No, we have never really dealt with the white man because we've never stood up and declared who we are. You know what I'm saying? Right now, what you're seeing right now, Dynasty, is an awakening of black people. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to see an awakening. This ain't the same black people of 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? There's a real awakening. I see it all the time here in suburban Virginia Beach. Middle class black people. You see black girls, pretty black girls, you know what I'm saying, wearing their hair natural. You know what I'm saying? Wearing their dashikis, you know what I'm saying? And young brothers out here just doing their stuff, black power and everything like that. They know what's going on and stuff like that, And you see them coupled up with teenagers, coming from good homes and everything. I think the revolution is happening in the black middle class today too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When there's more people that have access to books and want to learn and stuff like that, because nobody wants to go. They see what's going on in the inner city ghetto. The culture is not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a time where
funny games. These killer shambles are just out of control.
They're out of control every week. You look, a little bit of Dynasty. I tell you, I'm gonna put a link. We should put a link up to Wavy TV 10. That's the local station here in Virginia, in Hampton Roads, Virginia, in Eastern North Carolina. Every day of the week, there's at least 2 people shot and killed. And the reason why you don't hear about this is because Virginia Beach wants to portray itself as, a safe tourist. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is this. And I'm on the police scanner. I go on the police scanner at night, right? And I listen to what's going on and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff, not just black people, white people too. There's a lot of white meth heads and people, just people, society just falling apart. But the thing is, when you go to the Facebook pages and everything like that, there are white people that smile on your face and everything like that. But the bottom line is, if you think that you're gonna live a life of crime, if you think you're gonna be a thug, you think you're gonna do all stuff like that, and you think people aren't watching you and everything like that, you are sadly mistaken. They are not gonna these people are not gonna hand you over the cultural and the civic fiber of their communities. You know what I'm saying? That's why, under no circumstances, when you have a confrontation with the police, you are going to lose.
Right.
You can be dead. You can be completely right, and the police can be dead wrong. But you are still going to lose, no matter what the confrontation is. Why? Because the bottom line is this: they have never figured out how to deal with angry. The most feared group of people are not the Muslims, not the Native Americans, not the Hispanics, not even MS-13. You know what I'm saying? The most group of people are the African American slaves. And you know why? Because in the back of our mind, because it's not because of us, it's because they fear the shame and guilt of what their ancestors did to us.
Right.
And they know if it was turbulent turn, they will want revenge. And they know somehow deep down inside, we want revenge for slavery. Somehow we want revenge. And they don't buy the idea that you just forgot everything, and they fear you more then they fear MS-13. They feel like they can reason with Kim Jong Il. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they can even reason with ISIS and Al Qaeda, whatever like that. They fear they can reason with the Mexican drug cartels. They fear they can reason with MS-13, whatever like that, or the Guatemalan illegals and everything like that. But they have no way of confronting a people, enemy that they brought over here. There's no justification. They brought us over here from Africa and chained us and bled us for 265 years, our blood, sweat, and tears and misery to build their empire. And they never basically apologized, reparated, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're left basically with the choice of either saluting their flag after everything. Why do you think what this NFL thing is all about? You know,
Right.
they want you to. This it's not about patriotism. It's about submission. You know, and when they hear me talk, there's one guy was like, debating the guy. I was trying to be nice to him, like, I know these young white nations are ignorant. I know they're young. They don't know anything about history and everything. So I'm trying to be fatherly and trying to talk to them. And then the guy on the thread called me a nigger, right?
Right, of course.
And I said, look, why did you have to go there? You're not offending me. You know what I'm saying? All you're doing is showing how low you are. I'm not going to stoop to your level. And I'm saying like this, whatever it is, look, the bottom line is this. What the problem is, white people have a lot of guilt and shame they project on us. They automatically says, well, you guys stop talking about Whitey. And I said, have I ever said Whitey and my problems are the white man? No, but no, what you do is you already have packaged what you want to talk about, right? And then you project that onto me because you don't respect me as an individual enough. You know, that's another thing. They don't have to hear you out. They don't have to hear what you have to say. They don't have to say, well, I don't know what dynasty perspective is. I'm going to say what dynasty perspective is. Right?
I'm white and I say so.
Yeah, I wait till this is what you say. This is what you're going to say and everything like that. So therefore, since I'm a brute and I can beat you down and destruct you anyway, you know, it doesn't matter what you were going to say. You know what I'm saying? I said what you were going to say. That's what I think you're going to say. And so guess what? That's what you think. That's what that's power. You know what I'm saying? When you have the ability to project what you want on somebody else and they can't do anything about it, that's power. You know what I'm saying? But the lovely thing about the internet is when we were debating these people back and forth and we started ripping them apart, I've been doing this for years. When I start ripping these white supremacists apart, all they do is this. They just disappear. Right. They're like, I can't mess with that guy. We take apart this straw man argument.
Start calling you names.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, they're like, oh wow, I don't know, yeah, you're a freaking troll and a dumbass who hides behind your freaking screen name, and you would never say nothing like this to me in my face, public.
Of course,
you know. But that's what I'm gonna talk about that. But the whole thing is, why is our image so bad around the world? You know what I'm saying? Why the image? Why is it that we so-called got Jay-Z, Beyonce, people, and all this kind of nonsense running around? We got all these rappers and everybody loves and everything like that, but the image of Black America is so freaking hated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like this. And I'll ask them a question, Dynas. Am I missing something here? What did Black people in America, African Americans, ever do to Japanese? What did we ever do to Koreans? What did we ever do to Nigerians?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? What did we do to all these people that people have so much vitriol, hate to it? The problem is this: the American media, the American government puts out propaganda about us all the time. They exaggerate crimes. We do get crime in our community and everything, but it's not the crime. They make it seem like we're creating 50% of all murders. No, we're not. White people commit most of the murders. You know what I'm saying? It's just that percentage-wise, we make up because we're a minority group. We have high crime areas. If you take away like 5 or 6 cities in America, Black America pretty much has a low crime rate. You know what I'm saying? You take away Chicago,
right,
Philly, Detroit, St. Louis, and a couple of other cities and whatnot. Black crime rate is non-existent. You know what I'm saying? You take away the certain areas that are broken down, there's decay over the last couple of decades. Gary, Indiana, where you have generations who never worked, never had jobs, and everything like that, just complete depravity and whatnot. Black Americans will do fine. But when you have a situation where You don't have anything for people for generation after generation, and then you give them felonies. You tell them, and then you got young men in their prime, young men who want to work and they don't see any future. And then you choose to put up 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and all these other people
Right.
with millions of dollars, and they make money bragging about their drug dealing, their murder, and exploits and everything. What do you think is gonna happen?
That's gonna happen.
Look what that young 17-year-old rapper that's facing the death penalty in Texas right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm trying. Let me look that up real quick. Go
His
ahead.
name is Tay, and then Ti says he's coming to the suspension. We gotta. That's another thing. When somebody commits murder and stuff like that, suddenly the whole community gotta rally behind them. No matter what
Yeah.
they do, no matter what hell they do, we tell them don't stay out of the crime. You're killing your people. Nah, I didn't want to hear that. Fuck that. Then when they get in trouble,
Oh,
when
take
they're-
K. Take K.
TK, yeah. They're facing the death penalty, and they're not playing with him either. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was 17 when it happened. It was 17 when it happened. But I believe because of the Supreme Court ruling in 2005 said, I knew this was going to happen when it did. If you commit a crime when you're under 18, you're not responsible for the death penalty. I knew that was going to set up a crime wave in America. I said that back then, and I was right. You know what I'm saying? What you have now, what Trump putting these guys, Gorsuch and all these other Supreme Court, is going to probably come before the Supreme Court again, right? And what do you think is going to happen? You know what I'm saying?
What's that? This is a second murder charge.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Premeditated murder, capital murder in Texas. You know? So this is what you have. 17-year-old. Your brain is not even developed enough to know really right from wrong until you're like in your early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you already made it up in your mind that you're going to be a murderer, a gangster, a robber, a drug dealer, and stuff like this. What's putting into these kids' heads?
The music.
The music.
But okay, let me ask you this, Kyla. Why do you think young Black children can't separate fiction from nonfiction in this movie? In this
well,
movie?
because a lot of young Black kids, because they live in environments where they see this is real. And I'm gonna get to something, and I'll get a little personal too.
Go ahead.
I've seen this happen, right? Even for people I know, even my own family. You know what I'm saying? You have people out there. If you're around nothing but violence your whole life and everything, you're nothing but around violence. You're around sexual abuse, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're around people that don't know how to separate good from evil and everything like that. And I've seen, you have some family members that want to go that route, relatives that want to go that route, you know what I'm saying? And then you got family members, right, that, like my family that did everything right. You know what I'm saying? And then still things may not turn out right. You know what I'm saying? Still, you may have a brother or sister that just goes down the wrong path. What's happening is this, in our communities, is this. We don't have any control over the context of what we're living in. You can have a strong father in the house, right? A strong father in the house and everything that puts down morals and everything like that. So that kid goes out on the street, right? And he sees that guy around the block, right? He sees your father struggling every day. You see your father struggling every day to put food on the table, right? You don't have all the things that your friends have. You don't have the nice toys and everything like that, right? You see guys your age on your block that were pockets full of money, and they're telling you this is the way to go. Your father's a fool or not. You're working for the white man. I'm gonna tell you about something. I'm gonna let some personal thing right now, right? I have a cousin, beautiful cousin, 31 years old. They're two twins, beautiful sisters, right? Both of them are school teachers. Both of them got their MBAs or whatever, BAs, PhDs, whatever it is, right? School teachers, right? Or another one is a school principal. Anyway, one of them is dating a guy, just a bum. If I was in New York, I'd break his neck. Anyway, he's like saying he says, "I don't work because it's working for the white man." I did not know that sentiment was still out there. Evidently, there's people like that. The reason why I don't punch a clock is because of white. So he's living off her, and now he wants to control her money and this, that, and the other thing. But you got females that want to enable this stuff. You have people. Not only do you have people in the entertainment industry that make this make this normal behavior. But you also have people in our community that make this normal behavior.
Right.
You got it's like I said, let's be honest with ourselves, right? This is the matriarchal community. The matriarchal. Most of the drug dealers and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? They're the drugs are stashed in the baby mama's house, girlfriend's house here.
Let me tell you something. Do you watch For Love and Hip Hop?
I can't do it. I watch like 5 minutes and like I turn it off.
Okay. So there was an episode, I want to say last year, on Love Hip Hop Atlanta, where like Waka Flocka's mom, Karen King, and I want to say what's his name? Damn, mom is crazy as hell. I can't remember how they were bragging about how they were kind of no. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Right.
I can't think of the other rapper's name. And they were bragging about how they basically, you know, these are women in their 50s, little scrappy mom. There you go.
Yeah.
And they were just bragging about how they was holding the dope for their boyfriends and selling the dope and hiding the dope, you know, being a lookout and all that stuff.
Yeah. Remember that Eve video? Eve. Now she's one with a white man. Remember she made a video where she goes, only thug that could really tame me. You know what I'm saying? The only thug that could tame me. Remember that years ago?
Right.
Did the video show her the dude was in jail, and then she went there and pawned some watch or whatever like that, and then had a lot of money to get him out of jail and whatnot. That whole thug, super thug life. I love a thug. I need a thug. I need all stuff like that. This and thing. You know what I'm saying? That basically is permeated with young girls. They think that's the way to go. They need a thug. They need this stuff because they have daddy issues. They don't know what a real man is. You know what I'm saying? They think guys that read books
corny.
Corny. But one thing I learned is when I was doing club security, that was my revenge. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a real tight crew. A lot of dudes would challenge us in the parking lot. They'll say, yo, come outside. We're not. All right, I'll be out there. Give me 3 minutes. I'll be outside. You wait over there. You want to see what you can do. So we bust these dudes up right in front of the girls. You know what I'm saying? But that was my revenge. I remember one night Chris Brown came up, right? This was like when it was back in 07. He was just 17, I think, at the time. He come up to the club, right? And yours truly is at the front thing, man, right? I knew he was coming up there, right? Somebody said, oh, Chris Brown wants to come in after hours, right? I said, yo, man, did you do Chris Brown? Yeah. Yo, I'm Chris Brown, man. Let me in. Dude, I can't let you in, man. And also he tried to walk. I said, yo, dude, man, you gotta get the fuck back. You ain't getting in this club. He'll say, well, I'm Chris Brown. And then finally I said, okay, you come in, but you can't drink because you're only 17, you're underage, right? And he said, but I'm a big star, man. This, that, and the other thing. I said, you're gonna have a lot of problems in the future, man. You got a bad attitude. He said, anyway, his boys, he said, well, my boys don't need to be patted down. They're police. I said, these motherfuckers are not getting in my club without no damn pat down. Right. Had guns on them, you know. But I'm Chris Brown, this and the other thing, right? So he kept on and on. So finally, one of the owners came outside. My boy Rob came outside. He was like, "What's going on?" I said, "You know who this is, right here." And they'll say that he's over in the cut, like, just up and down, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm Chris Brown, the biggest thing the VA ever had. This and the other thing. And we're like, your boys are not getting here, not getting patted down. They're not bringing the weapons and stuff. I said back then, that dude's gonna have problems, man. But I was right, you know. I said, yo, that dude's gonna be a lot of drama when he gets out there. You know, he blows up. I was right, man. Chris, every time I look around, Chris Brown's in trouble. You know, I said, yeah, I know from that night when he came up to the club, man. His first big concert at the amphitheater with Virginia Beach. Anyway, but like I said, when we were working at the club, man, it was like, camaraderie. Most of those brothers were working class brothers, man. Some were in school. I had one brother that was working with us, man, security. That was a school teacher, right? You know?
Right.
And the bottom line is we just look like average brothers. All of us can fight. You know, say all of us in different boxing, martial arts, and we had some big monster brothers, man. The bottom line is this: the thugs come up in there when I was there, I'll tell you another funny story and I'll move on, right?
Go ahead.
Right. Talk about Deadly Clown. This is why I came up with the idea Deadly Clown.
Deadly Clown.
Because on the website, right? I did the website, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put up a thing. I said, please, no deadly clowns allowed. And everybody got offended by that. Like, who the hell you call a clown, right? They'll come up there like, well, who y'all call a clown, right? Oh, you'll know who called a clown. Wait till you come to the door. So dude comes to the door. And these two niggas and yours truly had fun at the time. Yeah, these two clowns had dreadlock. Lil Wayne got dreadlock, right? Well, the one dude had his belt, right? His pants all the way down to his ankles, right?
That's
and
crazy.
His belt tied right here. And his boy was like, he's like supposed to be the leader, right? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, man, you gotta pull your pants up. He go, what you say? I said, bro, you gotta pull your pants up when you come to the club. You know what I'm saying? He was like,
my pants up. Hell no.
He just starts staring. He's like, who the hell are you talking to? Right? And then his boy, right? Well, I'll do it, right? His boy like pulled his pants up, and he's still staring there like, who the fuck? You don't know who I am. I said, I don't know who you are, man. But the bottom like, you can get in without your pants on. He said, why I want to fuck you up for that? I said, dude, man, look, I got my paper in my hand, my pad in my hand. Don't let me go over there and backslap you or whatnot. He's out there talking about, yo, you don't know, I run Virginia Beach. I'm like, get out of here, man. Right. And I let the boys in and whatnot. He's still outside all night. So, that security guard disrespecting me. Well, you know who the hell I am with that. I said, that's all you're going to get is disrespect. You come in here with your pants down, I'm a clown you. You know what I'm saying? The whole freaking crowd was just dying laughing. You know what I'm saying? It was just dying laughing. I was just like clowning these niggas all the time, man. It's like, it was something else. But that was my experience with that. But the whole thing is this. Then let me tell you something. I wrote a blog, right at the time. That's when I first started my College Nation blog called Dress Code Strictly Enforced, right? Because at the time I told the owner, I said, look, man, if we want a better clientele, we got to require people to be dressed right? So we did this experiment, right, where everybody had to come in with a button-up shirt.
Right.
And then what happened was the club was so amped, right? Because after hours, right, open at 2 o'clock. It's 6. Those 4 hours seemed like 10 hours, but they were like. Anyway, I would go down to Walmart, right?
Right.
Buy a whole bunch of shirts off the rack, right? And we'd be selling them for $50 a pop. And dudes that don't have no shirt, whatever like that, but we're buying them at the door just to get in. So after a while, right, Rob said, okay, well, why don't you set an example? After a year I worked there. So I started wearing a suit and tie at the front door, right? Letting people in and check the VIP in the computer. Well, anyway, some of the younger brothers from college and everything, from Hampton University, somehow they noticed that, right? They noticed how all the females there were just like all me. I was like the man. You know what I'm saying? I was like the man. All the females, I was like just jocking. I was at my suit on, my rings, shoes shine, whatnot, everything like that. Where anyway, these young brothers, instead of coming there trying to get in, whatever like that, they went and got their membership card, right, to get in. Brought their bottle up. They keep it behind the bar. You know what I'm saying? We mix it for them. They pay for the mixer, right? The chaser, whatever. And these brothers like, yo, man, I just enrolled back into school. Brother comes out. Once Dusty dude, right, had a shirt, a tie, and a jacket on. He was like, yo, I'm gonna be like you, man. I like your style. You punk, you strong, you forceful. And I had a whole group of young brothers, coming out the right way. They were coming. They said, man, I'm coming out, man. You didn't have to tell them anymore to dress right. See, it's a standard you set. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then I learned right then and there when I was working at the club. The whole thing is, if you just let anything go, now before dudes were coming in the club, dudes in their 40s with their white T-shirt, remember the white tee thing? The white tee,
long ass white tee, baggy jeans.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to come to the club with.
Right.
We didn't want that atmosphere anymore. And then after
throwback jerseys,
yeah, all that jersey stuff, we didn't want none of that. So therefore, just by us setting the example, you know what I'm saying? They see me out there, and then also I'm looking at them watching me all night. They watch how I move, whatnot. I'm letting the ladies in and whatnot. Ladies come to me, oh, the way that Because they're like, man, I want to be like that dude. You know what I'm saying? I became a role model. You know what I'm saying? I said, he said, what was that working at a club do for you? I said, I think I had the 3-year experience I did a lot. And I bump into people from to this day. They're like, yo, man, you were the man back then, man. Yo, you were hard on us, man. You know, you didn't take no junk, man. But yo, man, see, a lot of people don't even never have the basic discipline in their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have anybody that they respect that says, look, this is the way you got to do. This is where you got to be. This is what you want to be. This is what you want to aspire to. All you got is fuckery around you and everything. That's all you see 24 hours a day. Then it's reinforcing the music videos and everything like that. That's exactly what you need. Remember you showing me that one guy that said he knew how dangerous BET was?
Which show was that?
Huh?
Which show was that?
It was a guy. We was talking. I think we were talking on the one show, but
okay.
But we were talking offline about it. The one guy that was saying, he said, look, the guy that runs BET, all the things he would put up there is negativity. You know what I'm saying? Everything is conflict.
It was somewhat like at first, you had Teen Summit, you had BET News, and then it just was.
No, they got rid of all that. They got rid of all that.
Ratchet. After that,
they got rid of all that. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line is this: we don't. When MTV decided to put Cypress Hill's "How You Kill a Man" on there, that's what changed the whole thing. You have people out there that when people are beaming culture and music into the millions of people, think about it. You got 50 Cent, a drug deal. I'm from South Jamaica, Queens, and I was talking about that. Remember I was telling you my cousin Debbie and her husband were down last weekend. And I said, they're still out there in Jamaica States and everything like that. South Jamaica is still a middle-class black community and everything. But when you think of Southside Jamaica, what do you think of? You think of 40 projects, and you think of, even people at 40 projects, you could go to 40 projects right now, and you got people there that are school teachers who take trips to Europe, take trips to the islands. The image of people that people have, or people living even in the poorest community, right, is so obscured by the media. And what happens is, even though there's a lot of kids who know better, because a lot of kids will go to they're in churches, they're in a mosque, whatever like that. All it takes is just for a few of them to go the wrong way, and they can destroy the fabric of a whole community. You know what I'm saying? I do believe the majority of people in inner cities and everything are good people, function and everything. But you got a bad element that's empowered by popular culture. And who's powered by popular culture? White America. You drive the people who's buying the most of this rap music and whatnot are white people. Why? Because they can escape to something destructive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By leaving their lily white culture. No, when it comes time for them to do their thing, you go to a Taylor Swift concert, all you see these white middle class people seated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All white. Look at the country music awards, right? That's white America. Like Trump just said the other day, this is Nashville. Don't we love country music? Why? Because country music is white America. Even though white America buys most of the hip hop, right? They buy it because they know it's garbage or ratchet. As long as white people are the main consumers of black culture and whatnot, we're always gonna be in this thing because they pick and choose what is popular and everything. When I was a kid, white people didn't listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? They didn't listen to rap. I don't know who came with this idea. Like you have to know the one drop rule. I don't know who came with this idea that it was okay for white people in the suburbs to listen to and rate and judge black music, even do it. You know what I'm
saying? The minute I started hearing rappers saying that rap isn't black culture, that it's the culture.
It's the culture and everything. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's a rap. I knew it was a rap.
That's sellout. It's sellout culture. That's selling out. You know what I'm saying? That's your Puff Daddies. You know what I'm saying? And your Dr. Dre's and all these other traders. Dr. Dre's a fucking trader. You know what I'm saying?
And then when I heard the people from FUBU say, "Hey, FUBU doesn't mean for us by us. It means." FUBU wasn't for black people. It was for the culture. I knew it was a rap.
Yeah, they say that because, see, when white people, when they make something, they don't get like Toby Keith, right? He's a redneck country man. Do you think he gives a flying fuck what black people think about his music, whatever like that? That's when you know you're free. He has his audience and whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Black people are buying his music, paying his thing. Black people are too dependent on white people, white dollars, and they call it black culture. Just like the black political establishment is too dependent on white liberals and white LGBT and all these other things, and they still call themselves black leadership.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this, folks? You see,
Yes.
does anybody in the chat room understand what College Genesis is going with this? That I'm not crazy? That I know what I'm talking about? The bottom line is this. Long as white people and all these other people control or consume what we're doing or what somebody's doing, they're no longer representing us. The College Genesis, the BAIO, is for Bland Infrastructure Nationhood and for Black African power, Black power in Africa. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what white people think. This is the only movement, only mission that only solely depends on participation of Black people. That's what I don't understand is. A lot of people are like, well, Jesus, you're not asking white people for money and handouts. You're not talking about petitioning the government for reparations. It can't be real because we never heard anything like this before. You see what I'm saying? The white people always want to put the power in their hands. Like there's this endless relationship between blacks and whites in America that we have to somehow adhere to. So that's what I'm talking about. The black entertainment complex. You know, and I like to hear more about this. I'm really disturbed about this love and hip hop stuff. You're telling me.
Yeah,
You know?
it's hood and ratchet. Like, so I mean, every killer Samboism, dysfunctional, ratchet that you could think.
Black grown women fighting.
Oh yeah.
And then you think that.
But Kala, this was crazy. The black women fight more than the men.
Yeah.
Like you won't see. In fact, I can't remember the last time I've really seen black men fight for love of hip hop. But black women, they're fighting every episode. They're fighting.
And when you really look at it, right, most of the hood fights that you see are women. You go out to McDonald's and Waffle House at midnight and everything like that, you see women fighting, pulling their hair out. You go to Chuck E. Cheese. It used to be, remember Chuck E. Cheese? I used to take my nephew to Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? You take your son to Chuck E. Cheese?
I took him before. He loves that. He loves it. I don't like
never know.
The food is poison, but I mean he loves it.
I'm saying you never know when the hood comes out, man. It's like, dang, man, people. And next, you know, two baby mamas show up in one place. It's on, man. Like, oh man, no, you know, it's on, man. Fighting and everything like that. That's permeating to a culture. You know, that's not a peaceful culture. Don't tell. And people tell me, well, it's like, no, it hasn't always been like this. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be able to go out to Coney Island with my parents. We used to go everywhere, and there'd be large gatherings of black warriors. I never seen fights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People like something like this is something new. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the culture that we consume. Everything, when you have people in here that the only thing they want to consume is negativity and debauchery and everything, stay away from them. Stay away from them. They basically consume that stuff and whatnot because that's all they want to consume, right? To justify whatever kind of nonsense and petty nonsense that they want to put out there that they think is important, you know? And then when it comes down to it, right? Like your boy, what's your boy that the other day you said live on your block?
Who
got busted? The rapper, you know?
Rollo.
Every time I get excited. Anyway, now suddenly, is he asking for help from the community right now? Did T.I. take up his case?
Yeah, of course they are.
Oh, you gotta be kidding! I'm just throwing that out there. You kidding me?
Asking for help from the community?
Yeah.
Of course. They always.
Yeah, you know, T.I. is supposed to be taking up for this case, and you know, we black people, we gotta stick together. You know, what T.I. doesn't know enough when we said they stick together with their own, we gotta say, well, first of all, who is we? You know what I'm saying? If you're out there promoting drugs, crime, murder, and all kind of nonsense, there's no we with me. You are on your own.
Right.
And you're gonna face the white man by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to me. I defend the black people that have no defense for themselves. I defend, like, if you ever seen because I deal with a lot of, because I sell insurance for a living. I hear a lot of stories. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And when you hear a story, man, sister like, yeah, you know, my sister, her son, man, he was out there. He got I said, that was him? Yeah, you know, and you can see the heartbreak and the helplessness of every time they got to worry about one of their sons or nephews getting killed or they got killed, whatever like that. You know, a lot of people don't have money to bury them, and then you say to yourself, why is this happening? Why is there so much pain after over 400 years? There's still so much pain in our community, and nobody cares. Now, if that same person gets shot by a police officer, if people want to make
hands up, don't shoot. Hands
yeah,
up,
if there's a police officer and everything, now suddenly now you act like you pretend you want to care, you know. But the whole thing is we don't have a community that loves one another. That you tell a brother, man, you take the gun and take the life of another brother, another human being in general, but take the life of another brother, want to tear a family and community apart. There's no forgiveness for you. You know what I'm saying? If you promote that in your records, there's no forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? That's how you fight back.
Hey, Kyler, real quick. Somebody just brought this up in the chat room. Shout out to Information Man Show. Why did and it's obvious now, why did the black leadership sell out after civil rights?
Because the whole thing is this, after the civil rights movement, right? It was obvious. You see, it was obvious that it was all about their money. You remember something? Everybody has to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got to eat. They only black leader that didn't really sell out was Floyd McKenzie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He joined the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them hitched their star with the Democratic Party. What Floyd McKenzie was able to do was this: he was sort of like a quasi-nationalist, right? His idea, remember the Soul City thing we played last show, the Soul City,
right. Mm-hmm.
Now he got a check directly from Richard Nixon in early 1970s for late 60s, early 70s for $14 million. Aggregate that by now, that'd probably be worth what, $80 million? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To develop a community. You know what I'm saying? Now at the time, black political class was all about liberal politics, busing, integration, unions, all these things that were white led. You know what I'm saying? Busing, affirmative action. We thought all these things like that. We didn't think anything through. We didn't have no intention of building sustainable community for ourselves. The idea, let me tell you something right now. And like I said, it's still shocking to this day. You probably won't even realize this, right? It's still amazing to me to this day when I see a black person owning a real business. You know, a business with employees and payroll and stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe Floyd McKenzie was ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, the only thing we knew at the time was just a few jobs here and also like that. So the black political class responded to that. Oh, we just need some jobs. You know what I'm saying? Just give us some jobs. Give us some jobs here, just that, and everything's okay. But we weren't building anything. But what can you build when you're told that the ultimate goal of black people is to move next to white people, to move into white communities? We have to push integration. You know what I'm saying? Our schools are too black. We got to bus our kids over to the white schools. We got to bus white kids to the black schools. The whole time, nothing was being developed in the black communities, and the black communities were falling apart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the same time, while we're trying to move into white communities, they did all kinds of intricate stuff to things like Detroit. Excuse me. Detroit became Warren. You know what I'm saying? Split from the city of Detroit, became their own city. All over America, white people took their portion of the cities and whatnot and broke away. You know what I'm saying? Broke away from black things, so they would have to carry the black tax. Their taxes would have to carry the black schools all over America. We were chasing them, they were running. You know.
Right.
Now, what you have right now is this: after the black communities failed after 40 years, right? White people are deciding, you know something? I think we've been running way too much. I think that that property that that we once had in the city, now it's time to go back. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to go back. And you go to Harlem, the same black politicians that they would just fight with, like, will give them a helping hand and retaining block by block expansion, how to take back places like Harlem, how to take back places like Brooklyn and Lower West Side of Manhattan, all these areas like that that white people are moving back into. Now, when you see a white person in a very poor neighborhood, the first thing black people, this is true. Listen to this very, very carefully, because shows like Law and Order have done things like this, and even that movie Barbershop 2 touched on this, right? And Ice Cube said, "We don't want people coming into our community and everything like that." Dude, do you understand what you're saying? The whole thing is they're not coming into your community to improve it and to live with you.
To take over.
They're coming there to take the frick over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But our culture in Black America, right? Now it's like this. Well, we got an awful lot of police. Oh, crime is going down. Crime is going down because white people, the more arrests they make in these communities, that means the more safe. You know? Every time a white person sees a black, they got apps for it now. If you see anything suspicious, press this button. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see with all this black thing, like Eric Garner and stuff like that. And all stuff is white people moving into these areas. They get terrified when they see a group of black men. And something that didn't bother none of us. The generation see a bro stand on the street. They're just bros hanging on the street. Now police pull up and whatnot. You see it all the time. Remember one cop was fist fighting the guy? He was in it waiting for his medicine outside of a store in Brooklyn. And a Puerto Rican cop, whatever, he was actually fist fighting. You know, this is what you have. You got these young white cops out there, well white and Hispanic cops out there. They want to show these Negroes who's boss. So traditional neighborhoods where black people were safe, did their own thing, you felt like you were home. Now because you got white people there, it's up to the city to show you that this ain't your community no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can really do about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If we play the race card, we become racist. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to the point where reverse racism. Well, I'm gonna look. The bottom line is, if you want to call me a racist, go right ahead. Hey, how about this? College Genesis is a racist. All you trolls listen to, yeah, Colin's a racist. Yeah, he's racist. Racist. Yeah, Colin racist. Racist. I'm a racist. I'm proud of it. If that means not being walked over by white people, I'm a racist then. But that's just the way it is. You cannot do anything in Black America right now centered around race, because you will be called a reverse racist. Let me give you an example. There was a sister who organized this thing a couple of years ago in Chicago by black people. Her and her husband were top MBAs, leaders. You know what I'm saying? When you see people black people that accomplish like that in education, and she said, "Look, we're gonna go take 1 month out of the year to go over to the black side and buy black." Fox News interviewed her. Well, don't you think this is racism? You know what I'm saying? The audacity for them to be like, this is racist. Well, in other words, basically what they want is actual black people, right, to be fools and abandon the community. You know what I'm saying? She said, no, we're going to go and shop in a black neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And I support 100, if I haven't said it before, I support 100% the Buy Black movement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you have black businesses and everything, please support the black businesses and everything with your dollars. Buy Black movement. Why? Because the bottom line is, don't give me that crap about, well, my prices and everything like that. Yeah, things will get better. But let's just start getting the money circulating in black businesses. Then let's worry about the quality and all this stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The Buy Black movement is very, very, very important. Now the whole thing is this: the white man got with us where he wants to.
Right.
If you go to Walmart, you're shopping at a white business, right? If you go to Sam's Club, you're shopping at a white business, right? It's natural. White people are like, I asked, like, when's the last time you shopped at a black business? Well, I don't know anyone. There's a black business over here. Don't do it. No. White people deliberately boycott black businesses that they know is black. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the moment you say you don't support a black business, they're you're trying to be Rachel. That's why I said I don't see any benefit of having any relationship when it comes to politics for white people. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to be colorblind, right?
Right.
Until it's the green. The only colorblind they know is green going into white pants. You know what I'm saying? That's the only color they want to know. You know what I'm saying? This colorblind. Then everything else is, let's be colorblind. Let's be non-racial and all kind of freaking foolishness and nonsense. You know, we say we want black empowerment, we want black businesses, everything like that. We freaking really mean it. And so I don't know what's the purpose of black politics anymore. You know, we're not concentrated in any areas like we were 50 years ago. You know, we don't have look at Chicago. People are exiting out of Chicago, hemorrhaging out. Black people are hemorrhaging out of Chicago left and right. Detroit, you can't get people to come back there.
It's pretty much a wrap in LA.
Yeah, it's gone. I don't have what I don't understand is what was LA? What was so important about LA anyway? You're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. You're isolated. You got Arizona right there. You don't have any major cities. Usually with New York, at least you do got surrounding cities, surrounding areas like New Jersey, you got New Haven, Connecticut. Yeah, upstate New York, you got Jersey, you have Philly, and everything like that.
I mean, well, you got the Bay Area, you have San Diego, I guess.
But San Diego was all Hispanic, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the Mexican border right there. So the black community was basically always isolated in that area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Watts and everything. It was a large black area, but it was never a representation of Black America.
Right.
You know, I always said that about LA. You know what I'm saying? LA brothers some strange brothers. Them Cali brothers some strange brothers. Maybe because their culture developed in isolation. You know what I'm saying? Right. They isolated from the rest of Black America. And they were more susceptible to this gang violence and everything like that, which we didn't have. When in the 80s, we didn't have gangs in New York, whatever.
I would say this: the I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the water, but I would say this: LA produces the most grimiest. I'm not going to use the word I want to use. Some of the most grimiest Negroes in America.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just grimy. You're like, God damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, the bottom line is this. It's such a beautiful city when you look at it. I just don't get it. And then, like I said, when people back in the 80s, we used to diss it. I don't know anybody who liked NWA. I was like,
really?
Dude, y'all got, not when we come from New York. We're like, we were looking at, we used to look at them on TV like, yeah, we getting shot out here. That was like, well, that's y'all, man.
But y'all was, you had the Supreme Team and Alpo and y'all.
But think what had the difference. But the difference with this is this. In Queens, you had the Supreme Team, but it was so underground, you didn't even know it was there. You could walk down Queens was still inside.
Come on, them cats had no problems flossing.
No, hold on. Let me tell you something. Hold on. There's a difference. Let me tell you something. I don't think anybody knows this, right? Here's the difference here, right? Here's the difference here. South Jamaica, Queens is a strong working class patriarchal society. You know what I'm saying? You don't have drug dealers running the community like you do in poor communities. You know what I'm saying? You have just as many strong black men that'll freaking put you in the Rockaway Lake. You know what I'm saying? Who work for a living as you do drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. You had a lot of people come from Harlem and they had homes and everything like that. But South Jamaica, we took care of ourselves. Those dudes, Pappy Mason, all them dudes right here, they didn't get out of line. They didn't get out of line with the community. They were just dudes. They made with their money to say the other thing. But you dare go to the wrong house and mess with the wrong family and everything like that. They had block associations, everything like that. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't like that. It wasn't like that in Queens. Ain't nobody was like sitting around waiting for your little handout, your little money. It wasn't like the ghetto. Oh yeah, you could buy people off, whatever. It wasn't like that. All these houses out there were working class. People owned homes. People had homes in North Carolina, homes in Florida. People had homes in the islands and stuff like that. It was. If you would see how you had like 1 million people living in this area without rich people, black people, working class black people, you have people in the project, everything. It's like a black world, right? There was nobody walking around like, oh yeah, we run this thing. But you could do that in poor communities. You say like where everybody was nothing but females and children and sex. Well, you got a neighborhood where you got strong black men. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, I didn't want to tell stories on this show, but I know people, you know what I'm saying, they try that stupid stuff or not, and then end up too well for them, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it was. You know what I'm saying? The cops never came out of South Jamaica. We never came out. Yeah, we never had cops out there. People handle their own business. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You could be going to church one day, you got to handle business at night. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. When people just live safe, just like a safe thing. But something come on the block. Everybody say your thing, but people got along. Everybody like, hey, what's up, bro? Let me tell you something. I'll tell you about Uncle Michael. He would tell me. So I remember Uncle Michael used to be at war with some of these dudes that he was run with, whatever like that. But then he would tell me, yo, yeah, I bumped into such and such on, I saw him at home. I said, you did? Yeah. Remember that dude? Y'all hate each other, right? I said, yeah. Man, I bumped into him, man. Let me tell you a little story about brotherhood. He said, yeah, man, I bumped into such and such and such. Yeah, but these dudes that you hated, whatever like that. Man, I bumped into him in Harlem one night. He was with his wife and kids and whatnot. He told me that. He said, Mike, what are you doing, man? Come out here today. We're going to have dinner, man. Nothing about whatever beef he was at. You know what I'm saying? Same thing he met the other dudes he bumped into after like 15, 20 years when hey, what are you doing? Aren't you such a man? How's your mom doing? How's the family doing? You know what I'm saying? That's black love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's black. That's one thing we had that we had black love. You know what I'm saying? Black love is, look, okay, you may be angry with somebody today, but the bottom line is this here, we're still people. You know what I'm saying? People grow up, well now you see him, oh man, you see him with his son up there, yeah, man, he's doing good, man. He's really taking care of business, man. He's doing that, man. He hollered at me and whatnot, gave me his number and everything, he told me to come by and whatnot. He was asking me how the mom's doing and everything like that. He said, yeah, all the time he would tell me, about people that he's friends with or a girl he used to date, whatever like that, back in the days. Oh yeah, she's married now, I'm saying, yeah, she's doing good. I bumped into her, especially now that you got Facebook, he's like hooking up with all those old people back in the days where he was in the Black Muslims and the Black Panther Party.
Right.
Back there and stuff like that in Queens. And so he was like, yeah, I talk to people and everything. People change. People got different ideas and philosophy. Oh yeah, he's a Muslim now, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do, man. Yeah, dude's a big time Muslim. Now he's a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Or now he's a minister in the church. He's in the church now. He got saved. You know what I'm saying? And then he saved full of Holy Ghost and whatnot. See, these are real stories of black people transforming and everything like that. That if people saw these stories and everything, they would have a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? We're not all irredeemable and just people that just want to do all the wrong things. But people do change. You know what I'm saying? And they move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when people portray us as, oh yeah, I'm just, I gotta be like this because society is just so bad that I gotta go out here and do all this kind of nonsense and everything like that. People did what they did. They did what they did. They sinned and whatnot. You punish and then you ask God for forgiveness and you move on, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you're always striving for better. You know what I'm saying? But what you have right now is a culture that encapsulates negativity and feeds it back to us as normal. You know what I'm saying? This is the way you're supposed to be. You think that's anything odd? How almost everything. I'm watching some of these movies that come out. There's a lot of underground movies coming out on Netflix or straight to DVD. He was a drug dealer. You seen him, right? You know what I'm talking about, Dice, right?
Right.
He was a drug dealer. And then some of the actors look like they could be really good actors. You know what I'm saying? He was, and some of them, I'm like, I can tell when I know a thug when I see a thug. I can tell you're trying hard to play one of the things, but you're not really a thug. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, right. I'm trying to do my drug dealing, this, that, the other thing. I'm like, yo, dude, man, isn't that story you know? You would think, okay, we went through a phase and everything. They're still trying to push the drug dealer, the thug. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what's going on. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the Black Panther thing.
Right. You want me to pull that up real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, thank you again for joining us. Everybody, hope you're enjoying the show. Make sure you get the likes up. All right, so let's see here. Black Panther lawsuit. No, this is a real lawsuit.
Yeah. Some Liberian says that one of her colors were ripped off or whatever like that, they appropriated, whatever, stuff like that. It's supposed to be African patterns, traditional African patterns. So how can it be actually yours? You know what I'm saying?
All right, so a Black Panther lawsuit is testing the cultural exchange between Africans and African Americans. Let's see here. For all its box office success and cultural significance, Black Panther has had to dodge a lot of uncomfortable issues around cultural appropriation. Now, one of the most celebrated elements of the Marvel film is original soundtrack is under fire for alleged creative theft. Just days after Kendrick Lamar released the song All the Stars, British Liberian artist Lena Iris Victor. Oh man, so this is a this is a mulatto.
So you gotta be kidding me.
British Liberian art. Let's pull up the picture. Hold on.
She could be just a Liberian living in Britain.
No, hold on. Let's get the facts. The name don't. No, I don't know. Hold on. See if you can find some pictures. Okay, here she go right here. Yeah, this is her right here. Oh, she's not. Well, I was trying to figure out how she got the last name Victor, Viktor.
Probably American Liberian name.
Really, Victor?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that. Iris, I know, is a common used name in American culture.
Her art is pretty dope, though. I would say that.
What did she say? You saying they stole it directly from her, or did she appropriate?
I'm saying I guess she's claiming that they stole her art, but let me finish. But her art is actually pretty dope. She's hot.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, very, very cute. All right, let me finish the article.
She, she's promoting her name,
Well, that too.
Everybody's trying to kick off this movement. It's unreal.
All right, just days after Kendrick Lamar released the song All the Stars, British Liberian artist Lena Iris Victor filed a lawsuit which alleges the rapper conducted willful brazen and extensive unlawful copying of her artwork for the music video. She's also suing others that participated in production, such as singer SZA, the music video director David Myers, and Top Dog Entertainment. In a response filed on May 18th, Lamar and his fellow defendants argued that alleged use of the artwork did not proximately cause any of the plaintiffs' alleged damages or any profits for Top Dog Entertainment. They added that any of the alleged infringements were innocent and constituted as fair use. Both have asked the New York District Court for a trial by jury.
Lord have mercy.
Golly. The case doesn't just bring up questions over what constitutes creative theft. It highlights the skewed relationship between African-American artists and their African counterparts, even when they are working toward the same vision. To create the idea of Wakanda, the film's director and designers referenced contemporary Africa, but sewed together a patchwork of Pan-African elements, which were taken from various communities with no real reference to their origins. Victor's claim is that she can't clearly recognize her own designs among the cultural mishmash, at least in the music video. In a side-by-side comparison submitted to the court, Victor claimed the infringing video copied her stylized motifs of mystical animals. But this is the thing. I would say this article is very misleading. Because I guess the Victor doesn't have copyright or whatever to African art. This is just this is her own personal art. So this article is some bullshit.
Yeah. In other words, basically, and
she doesn't have ownership of African art.
You don't think in a lot of that so-called cultural appropriation stuff is coming from Black British? You know what I'm saying? You notice that, right? They're saying these are Africans who probably born in British. You know what I'm saying? And it's always targeted towards African Americans. They don't say nothing about when white people go there and you see them doing their stupid dances throughout the continent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they don't say nothing about that. Oh, white man doing the Watutsi or whatever, doing the Zulu dance, whatever like that. But when soon as African Americans do it, whatever, oh, you guys don't know the exact meaning, the cultural appropriation. That's the whole idea of Pan-Africanism. We could take a whole bunch of different African things and you make it uniquely ours. That's the Pan-Africanist culture. And that's what we tapped into with Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, no one group of Africans can say, "Oh, this is all thing." Like your boy was trying, was trying to say it was ripped from his Nigerian tribe.
Right.
Your boy on the phone the other day. And I'm like saying to myself, dude, man, no. Black Panther was not taken from your so-called Nigerian tribe and everything like that. Why? Everybody wants to claim Black Panther because it was successful. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna share something too. We're gonna talk about that cultural appropriation, but this is something equally as serious. You know what I'm saying? Something equally as serious. Hold up, let me do my screen share. Okay, hold on. Come on. I'll do my screen share. Share screen. All right. Is the screen share? You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is from Nairaland. If anybody knows what Nairaland is, it's like the Nigerian version. It's a largest Nigerian forum. If you want to know what Nigerians think, you want to know what, before you engage in Nigeria, before you debate me on Nigeria or debate me on why I have feelings the way I do about things like language, culture, and Pan-Africanism, Nigeria is basically the graveyard of Black Pan-Africanism. You know what I'm saying? Because it does not exist in Nigeria, on any real level. You know what I'm saying? It's a land of tribalism, tribal bigotry, and everything, tribal arrogance, and just basically just all around fuckery. Anyway, somebody wrote, this is about Black Panther, right? Basically, some reviews were good on Black Panther or Nairaland. You can go to Nairaland and look for yourself. I'm not trying to be biased. There was a lot of good reviews. Some people are intelligent and everything. But after a while, you start reading everything. And I was holding my breath, right? Holding my breath. And then all of a sudden, the haters start popping up on their comments, One of the comments is like, it says, through Black Panther laptop. Well, I hope I can read the whole thing. It says, we have real African actors like Digimon Hansu, Akin Nu Javi, both of them, and Chidiwell Ejiofor. Now, those brothers have been playing in roles since, I don't know how. Digimon Hansu played in, first started in Amistad, remember?
Right. Give us free.
Give us free. That was a good powerful line. Give us free. Give us free. Give us free. And then Akin Nawi, he played in 50 Cent's movie. What's that movie? With 50 Cent, his movie, Get Rich or Die Trying. And he played it.
No, that was the other African guy. That wasn't Idris. That wasn't.
No. Akin Nawi.
Okay.
Akin Nawi. Not Idris Elba. Akin Nawi. And he also played in the movie. What's that movie? Pompeii. Remember he played the big dude, the warrior in Pompeii.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's him. And Chidiwell Ejiofor, my favorite actor, and David Oyelowo, my favorite actor. They play African American roles, and nobody has a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that Nigerians always say, "Well, you were absolutely right, Dynas, right? This movie could have only been made by African Americans."
Yeah, because Africans don't have a Pan-African mindset, man. They don't. By Nigeria, it just would have been a bunch of Igbos or Yorubas running around, and
right. They would have did that.
It would have been diverse.
And then you have Nigerians, and then one of the things I didn't put up here, right? They would just be complaining about, oh man, it was just so annoying. Harry says, he goes, what do I see? Americans and their god awful fake accents. So they don't like our attempt to have an African accent. You know what I'm saying? So they went over here like Chadwick Boseman and his African accent, and they didn't like the idea of having them singing in doing Xhosa language from South Africa. So evidently Pan-Africanism doesn't really go well over in Nigeria. Yeah. And then somebody said, I won't say Black Panther is overhyped because actual hype is not about this. Hype comes from its actual significance, what it means, the African identity and roots depicted in the movie. Still, I think names who are just Black just lack the African touch like some Chidiwell have. Now, Chidiwell, he says African touch. Chidiwell plays roles. He played in that movie with Don Cheadle. Remember that?
Who?
Cheetah Geoffrey, the guy who played 12 Years a Slave. He played in that movie with Don Cheadle in that about the true story about that radio disc jockey that stopped the riot in DC.
I never seen it.
Now, but if you was watch that role right there, you would never guess he was Nigerian. Cheetah plays African Americans so well, you would never guess he's Nigerian. You know what I'm saying?
He's an actor.
You know what I'm saying? So when they say something like he has an African touch or whatnot, what the hell are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are they talking about? So in other words, you're telling me no matter what we do, we can make a blockbuster movie, give honor to the continent, include everybody right here. Right. You got people talking about African patterns. You got people talking about African accents and everything.
And the thing is, this girl's in Britain. Or actually, hold on. Let me back up for a second. I want to say she lives in fucking excuse my language. I want to say she's in New York. Yeah. This Lena Iris.
Right.
I want to say she's in New York.
Right. So yeah, I don't.
She's based in New York. Yeah, she's based in New York.
Right. And so so therefore, like I said, we just have to just keep continuing.
So let's back up. We got to unpackage this, Colin. Right. How are you gonna sit here and say, this Lena girl that I'm going to sue Black Panther for appropriating African, I guess, art, right? Well, this is what the magazine is. Well, this is what this article is saying.
I bet that's what she believes in.
Right, but she's in New York. She's not in Liberia. She's in New York, and she's Liberian British, so meaning she was born probably in Britain. Mm-hmm. To Liberian parents.
But I bet you any amount of money she's taking full advantage of the Black American entertainment.
Right. If it wasn't for her, she wouldn't be able to over here. She wouldn't be over here.
She wouldn't be over here doing anything.
Right.
So it's African Americans who are gonna make and bring African art. You know what I'm saying? We're embracing this stuff. I see more and more African Americans buying African fabric and African hair pieces and beads for their hair and just it's you see Brazil. It's like a beautiful time period. You know what I'm saying? You see instead of them saying, okay, well, African Americans embracing Africa. See, we look at Africa. See, we think it's a difference. We see when we talk about Africa, we're talking about in terms of race, right? Race. If you're African origin, you got kinky hair. You know what I'm saying? Dark brown skin. You're African, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Then all you have to do is have some of the aesthetics. But to Africans, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to speak my language. You know what I'm saying? You have to do 100% my way. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You have to bow down to me. You know what I'm saying? No, wait a minute. I'm African, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm an African. So if I want to wear this color this day, or this color this day, well, that's appropriation. You don't know, this, that, and the other thing. So what? If I want to wear this, that, and the other thing, if I want to identify with this right now, who are you to tell me I'm not? You know what I'm saying? It just really, really just really bothering. You know what I'm saying? Say, well, Colin, people will call me a troublemaker right now for bringing this topic up. But I got to bring it up.
Right.
Because I'm like this. Wait a minute here. We're making an extra effort, right, to reach out to Africa. And this all goes back to why businesses are not where where they should be in the Black world. Why there's not really a lot of major business connections between Black America and Africa. Why Africans choose to do their real serious business with Chinese and everybody else and everything, But as this movie showed, you know what I'm saying, the Africans really understand something. Black America has a lot of power, you know what I'm saying, a lot of pull. You know what I'm saying? And we still, a $1.3 billion movie is something to behold. That can change. Now, when I see other people, when they do movies, you ever see or watch movies sometimes, and they'll say filmed in New Zealand, filmed in Australia, filmed here in Iceland, whatever like that, as a Hollywood production. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, wouldn't it make sense to Africans say, you know something? Wow, if they could bring $200 million, you know what I'm saying, just for one movie or not. What if we could start partner with them to build studios and set designs and on the continent? You know what I'm saying? And we could make lots more movies for the local and international market based on African themes here. You know what I'm saying? But they don't think like that. That's long term. You know, I see movies. I see movies filmed in France that are Hollywood production. I see movies filmed in Italy that are Hollywood production. I've seen the stuff like that, and they're like that. Once you start attracting Hollywood, maybe other people who have finance will get. As long as you can start building theaters and building your domestic market up. You know what I'm saying, if you have a market, right, people will come in and do that niche. That niche. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Black Panther could be a conduit to be like, well, geez, you know, we want more superheroes. We want more of this, that, and the other thing. We can show you the numbers, you know what I'm saying, on the African continent. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to, and you know, one of our so-called friends, right? Like, well, we're just gonna bootleg it. I don't know if you was on the thread when he was saying that, you know.
Right.
In South Africa, we're just gonna bootleg it. You know, so in other words, you want to get back at African Americans so much, right?
Yeah.
That you're talking about bootlegging. Now, where's bootlegging gonna get you? Just because it's a black film and you're jealous that African Americans did it, and you don't want us having any success or shine, so you're gonna make sure in Africa we're gonna bootleg Black Panther movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, and just so I'm saying to myself, so why are you doing that? Why would you do that? Why would you? Wouldn't it make sense to be like show the world that geez, you know, well, geez, Africa turned out. Yeah, you had a lot of turnout parties, but the numbers weren't there on the African continent. You know what I'm saying? Well, most of us bootleg it. You know, I'm like, yo, you gotta bring your thinking up. You know what I'm saying? I know people went to see Black Panther like 2 or 3 times. It was in the theaters. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We came out for that thing. You know what I'm saying? And it started something new. It started a cultural revolution in Black America. You know that this is the type of movies we want to see. We want to see ourselves in a dignified light. We don't want to see our women sexualized. You know, we want to see our men strong, our women beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And we want to see what people that have Black people that have something to say other than, yo, I gotta get my money. Think about that, what I just said. You know, I got only thing a black man, only thing white people for the last 20 years are used to is a black man on screen for 2 hours chasing a dollar. 50 Cent's last movie, which I think bombed, which there was an armored car thing where they was at the Federal Reserve, whatever, which was a ripoff of Diane Keaton and Queen Latifah's movie. You know what I'm saying? Right. Fast Money. And they're gonna rob her. Everything is about money. You know, the ultimate goal is money. You know what I'm saying? Drugs. I gotta get this right. Do we ever stand for anything else besides trying to get paid or trying to get money? You know? Do we ever say, do we believe in anything? That Killmonger character was so dynamic. You know what I'm saying? He said,
he was the best.
Oh, yeah. You know, he said, I went to Iraq.
Killmonger.
Yeah, he said, I went to Iraq. I went to Afghanistan. I killed those, this and the other thing. You know, all that leads me up to me, you. I have never seen a black character, that had something else to say other than I'm trying to get laid or get paid on screen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that had something to say other than I need money, I'm just trying to get paid, or something he believed in. You know what I'm saying? He said, now get those chips up in the air. You know, we're gonna take this shit over, you know, take the roll over. I'm like, whoa. I almost fell back on my seat because I had no idea who Killmonger was when I went to go see the movie. And I almost fell on my seat because I was blown away how revolutionary that whole character was. You know? And so I'm saying to myself, black people have said, like you said, there's something in the air. We want to see more stuff like that. That we're deep people, that we're not just simple people that you just throw us anything and we just accept it. And what's going on right now is, you know, there's a change in Black America. We don't know what direction we're going to, but the bottom line is this: Black America is getting more into their culture. We're getting more into our roots and everything like that, and that's what the change happens. Any questions in the chat room?
Well, we have. Let's see here. Appreciate the super chat in the red. And what we'll do, I'll ask a couple questions. Then we have to close out. You know, I gotta get up early.
Right.
Let's see here. Kala, this is why we need more Black directors and writers, but
Yes.
Hollywood allowed them to write us in a positive light.
Well, see, the whole thing is this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. You know, we can look. We can at least shelve these books and works, right? I wrote a book, right? Journey to the Promised Land, right? But I think it's gonna be, if it goes to a movie one day, it'll be a good movie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that does not mean that we should not have a library of stories. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That to build from. We have to get to the point where we have our own finance companies and finance our own films and distribution. You know what I'm saying? Distribution, our global distribution. We've integrated into America. Used to be a time we had that in Black America. We had our own movie houses and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? We made our own films and distributed among Black America. You know what I'm saying? And actors, and we had our own actors and some everything. Then they decided to integrate us with Sidney Poitier and Heidi McDaniels, whatever her name was, Heidi McDaniels, whatever. And the whole thing was integration. You know what I'm saying? Integration into white society. You know, when we made our own film, the images we projected was we were our own society. We had our own top people. We had our own low people. But when you basically did white films, you were just a Black character, or you couldn't get anything. But the whole thing is we have to just keep writing. You know what I'm saying? Keep making novels, keep making books. You know what I'm saying? Keep writing stuff like that. Keep doing amateur films, you know what I'm saying, that pop up on YouTube and stuff like that. You know, don't stop. You know what I'm saying? And because the bottom line is like Ryan Coogler. You know what I'm saying? If he stopped, where would he be right now? If he just gave up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I don't buy it. And he in all the movies he's made, he's never made anything negative. So this idea that you have to make movies that are thugged and ghetto and everything like that, those days are gone. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna look stupid where it's where you go make a movie about the hood and the audience is there is white and Black people are not in there. Would that look stupid? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to get to. See, they need us to give it authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna make a drug dealer movie, a drive-by killing clown. You know what I'm saying? The drug dealer, murderer.
Yeah.
Okay, they need the rapper. Yeah, we need the rap. We need the rappers. We need y'all to get on board with it. Just say your thing. Go out there and do your thing. Go bless the movie. Get the Black audience, everything. But they really that's not the real audience that they're looking for. They want the white audience because they want to know what Black people are thinking, what Black people like. That's what white people are attracted to. What they think we're into. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it just so happens that this Black Panther was the ultimate trap, you know, for them. We're into this, but it wasn't negativity as it used to. And they were like, what the hell did I just watch? You know what I'm saying? You have white people literally upset. They're like, what the hell did I just watch? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you never expected a character like Killmonger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, you didn't expect like one of the main white characters he killed off so quickly in the movie. You know? And you know, so the bottom line is you expect like, you know, just the beauty and just the of that movie. Because I just can't describe how, you know, everything that people thought a movie should be, white people thought, probably never seen anything like that in their life.
Right.
And the whole thing is this: we can do it globally if we have Africans and African Americans working together. You know what I'm saying? But this petty nonsense about, you know, your accent and everything like that, I don't know where it's gonna lead to. You know, where it's gonna lead to. Next show, I want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about nationhood again, people want to ask about nationhood, and the question always comes up.
Yeah, it came up in the chat, but let's deal with it on
about about language and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna
just where and location and all that.
Oh no, we can't tell you that.
Okay.
Because the bottom line is this, and you have to understand, this particular territory has to be where Black people from the West stand. You know what I'm saying? We have to stand someplace. You know what I'm saying? We got every place in the world that we can do. We have to have some place where our people are safe, our people have a sanctuary, and it caters to us. So that's not too much to ask for. You know, after 400 years of suffering, next year will be 400 years. You know, 400 years.
since the first Africans were brought here. How long is it going to take for you? You asked us how long is it going to take for nationhood. How long is it going to take for you to get your nation within a nation? How long is it going to take for you to get you to rise up and do it right here and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, what is it going to take for you to take over America? When are you going to go take over your community? You know what I'm saying? When are you going to take back your hood? You know what I'm saying? What are you waiting for? It's been 400 years.
Right.
So if you want to put pressure on me, I'm going to put pressure on you. It's been 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all haven't done nothing. I think things getting worse. 400 years and it ain't happening. So, geez, if I've been around for a couple of years saying it's time for us to spend the next 400 years building our own nation, hey, give me some time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me some time and give me some support. Y'all had 400 years to make this American thing work, and look where it's getting worse and worse and worse. But that being said, I understand that there are black people here that are doing well. And like I said, I love the black middle class, working class people. That you do keep doing your thing. Don't let anybody make you ashamed of being successful, having kids. I see the graduations right now. People are graduating from college. This is the best time of year in May. Because you always see young black kids graduate from college and stuff like that. You have all these graduation parties going on and stuff like that. Kids are looking for their future. You know what I'm saying? Get your education, folks, whatever you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Get that skill, get that trade, do something with your life and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Do not listen to these bums and these rappers and all these kind of stuff like that. Lead you down the wrong road. You know what I'm saying? Come with, embrace life with us. You know what I'm saying? And we can do anything we want to do in this world. You know?
Oh, cool. Man, Khaled, where can everyone reach you at?
Please come to the Ning site. The Ning site, the BAIO Ning site. And so I think Dice will put it in the chat room. BAIO Ning site. And you can get me on Facebook, College Genesis. And like I said, in the Ning site, we have different groups and everything. Matter of fact, my last blog that I wrote on the Ning site, Dice, you gotta check that out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, check that out. Oh, you have time for me to read it on the show?
Like, I gotta get up.
We'll
read it.
Yeah. Okay. No, yeah, do it next. Read it on your own. But it's right on the front page. It's somebody asked a question about how would a new nation be funded and stuff like that. What things you can do and stuff like that. Just basic stuff. Let me tell you something, folks. One thing I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna talk about education. I'm gonna start talking about math, science, engineering, all these things I've been studying for years, right? How cities are built, nations are built, how all these. Let me tell you something, folks. Everything you need to know about building a nation is somewhere in the book. You know what I'm saying? But there's one thing that black people in America hate, that are afraid of. We hate books.
Right.
We hate knowledge. If we had knowledge, right? We had real knowledge and everything like that. Building a nation state of our own on the African continent, right, would be a no-brainer. It was just common sense. Okay, every other group of people is common sense. I go to a lot of CAD groups and STEM groups and everything like that. Besides the BAI one, I see young white people in there designing cities, designing streets, doing. Oh yeah, this is my project nation. This is my city. This is my capital city and everything. I see Asian kids doing the same thing, doing sketches of new architecture buildings and everything, and they're basically planning and building. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 will ever get their project off the ground. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is I don't see black. So in other words, basically, when we start building this, I got to go to them. I got to go to the Asians. I got to go to the Irish kid in Italy, somebody in Uzbekistan that's working on a SimCity project and whatnot, you know. And we don't have these clubs because our mind has to be uplifted from mental slavery. Mental slavery is I'm just going to accept my fate in America. This is all I'm going to be. The BAIO is about land, infrastructure, neighborhood, nation. That's a revolution. Nationhood is the only revolution. You rising up in America is not a dang revolution. You know what I'm saying? Nationhood is revolution. The idea that you can build a nation for yourself for future generations if you want to live. The fact revolution is you can at any time get on a plane and get the hell out of here and settle in your own land and everything, like with ease and everything. That's the revolution. But being trapped in a social and political information, and as I told you earlier before, America is doing this thing where they're poisoning our name and our image around the world to keep you trapped here, so nobody will even accept you. That's how they deal with you.
Hey, Kyler, we gotta, I gotta shut it down.
All right, brother. All right, brother. Well, thanks, Dynas. Thanks for having me on, and it's been a pleasure. Get some sleep,
no
brother.
problem. Oh yeah, absolutely. And then we'll have you back on Saturday night. We got to get you back on Saturday night.
Saturday night we'll deal more with that. You know what I'm saying? About nationhood and why nationhood is revolution, the only revolution.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to Search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Also go to Africa Personified on those same platforms. Make sure you go to searchforuhuru.com, DynasMir.com, AfricaPersonified.Africa, and then go to Amazon.com, search your name, Dynas Mir. Please buy a book. Till next time, family. Peace.
Peace, brother.